welcome back. We are headed for another shop talking tour. We're heading to Mike Lewis's shop in Wallsburg, Ontario. We're going to see what this guy's all about.
Ran the mod this year, yeah.
Okay.
That was my first year in a mod.
Well, no, you wouldn't know it.
No.
You did. You did.
It was
really
a pretty good car.
I've seen you give the trophy. I'm pretty sure it's you that was giving the trophy, some of the trophies away.
Shaw was. Some other guy. I had one guy that helps me. His grandson come out on the track. I didn't even realize it was his grandson. So we ended up giving it to him for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
The one he was holding in the picture with the car and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's good. All right. So, what's your name again?
Mac.
Okay, Mac. These are yours, or one of them's yours.
All of them. Well, except that one. I bought it for another guy to.
So you got a bit of an addiction too, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry. So tell me about them. What are they? What even makes them go? Because I don't know anything about a go-kart at all. So this is the one you raced last year.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of motors in these things?
Just like a lawnmower engine, but they send them down to the States and they like build them to make them a little more power. They're SOX engines on this one.
These things move pretty good, do they?
Yeah. Well, this one it won quite a bit of races last year. What, 6, I think?
Oh yeah.
6 out of.
Now where do you race these at?
Merlin.
Route 1 Raceway.
Okay, that's right outside of Tilbury.
Yeah, yeah.
So I live 2 minutes from there.
Okay. Have you been there yet?
I have not been there.
You should get there. They do an awesome job, right? So,
Yep, and I go by there all the time. Every time I'm going to Buxton, I take Pollard line, so I go right by there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I keep telling myself, I got to stop there at some point.
Oh yeah, they do a fantastic job with their track. You know, they treat people. It seems like they're always fair, right? If he spins somebody out, because there you're bumping, as you could tell on the front of the go-kart, you're bumping a little bit because it's a short track and you're kind of bumping people out of the way. And if you spin the guy out, you both go to the back.
Okay.
So it's more of a cut and dry situation. I raced go-karts last year myself.
Did you?
Yeah, first time ever.
How was it?
It was kind of cool.
Yeah. You're almost laying down in these things, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a bit to get used to. We both won on the same night last year. The Thanksgiving Throwdown was kind of neat.
Really?
We both got a big check on the wall. Well, his is bigger than mine, but yeah, it was kind of cool.
Now you got to go out and get your own sponsors, or what are you doing?
Yeah, we gotta go out, find sponsors that want to help out.
Yep.
So
Help offset the cost a little bit.
yeah.
He does fairly well. People like to help him, but he wins. So I mean that makes a difference if you're winning.
Yeah.
And I mean I've been in racing for what 26 or so years. So you know a few people, you meet a few people, and they're willing to help him out. So.
Yeah, I raced a bit back when I was a teenager. I had a mullet back then. I couldn't grow a mullet now to save my life, but
I know the feeling.
yeah, it is a costly sport, right?
For sure. I mean, it's not much to put $10,000 if you're building a new go-kart. Like 10 grand in a go-kart's a lot of money, but
Now, what's this run on for fuel?
just regular pump gas.
Really?
Yeah, you're not allowed to run anything else, and they check it 1, 2, 3 times a night, depending on if you're in tech lane. But they'll walk by and check all the fuels before they hit the track, and they're pretty good about that, I think. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so your tack, and it'll tell you your lateral grip. It'll tell you your speeds. It'll go back and replay laps for you. Like it's pretty high tech. It's
Really?
Guess I should have looked at the other one. There we go. Enter. So it'll tell you your lap times. It'll tell you all your RPM. It'll tell you how much RPM you drop in the corners. It'll tell you. That's just a bar graph of your laps. It'll tell you your best lap, but what RPM it run. There's the speed, so it's going back and it'll play all your laps. And it'll show, there's a little dot there. You can see it kind of runs through and tells you where you're hitting what on the track. So it's pretty high tech. It's pretty high tech.
Now, does everybody run that sort of thing, or
most guys
run
now? They're nice because they're on Race Monitor as well. They have the
Okay.
barcode on the front there, and you can go on Race Monitor, and
Okay, so when you race these, do they do qualifying, like each individual qualifying, or do you do?
They did it once this year, and that was for the Thanksgiving Throwdown. But they normally just do a pill draw, and then that's where you start for your heat race. So where you start in your heat race, then it's inverted for the next heat race.
Okay.
So, like, let's say you start first in the one heat race, then the next heat race you start last.
Okay.
And then wherever you finish out of those, they kind of divvy that up, and then that's where you start in the feature.
Okay. We got to make sure that I just noticed that we get Dirt Dog's hat.
Yep, we usually put a sticker on next to our camera for the Dirt Dog.
He does a lot for the racing.
Sure he does. Sure
Yeah.
He does. He tries to promote a lot. We bought a kart from him last year because we moved Mac up a class. Well, technically he wasn't old enough to race that class at the time, but we moved him up anyway because they were lacking in karts. So we ended up buying a second kart so we could have two.
Yeah.
So we could run Junior 2 and 3. So it was kind of a
So when
nice
do you
option.
move to late models or the mods? Or where's your step from here?
He was driving the mod there last year a little bit around the pits at Buxton. And around here.
And you're how old?
12.
That's good to see.
So we're starting him. He's running that. I got a little Ford tractor that he drives a little bit here and there.
Now, does Buxton got a rule for the age of driver, or
14, I believe.
14? Okay.
So we kind of looked at it, and I kind of thought maybe about getting another mod, or even figuring out how I can mount a seat in my seat so he can go out, turn some practice laps maybe
and
this
then
year,
just pull it out, and then you go.
and then I can race and he can practice.
So what's your plan for next year?
I'm gonna run the
Or
late
this year?
model.
Straight late model?
Yeah, we don't have a mod. We talked about maybe buying another one if things go good, but
Yeah.
business has been slow, so we're just.
The economy's slow all the way around, and things for the cars aren't getting any cheaper, right? So,
No, and I mean, yeah, I need to do a bunch of work to get my late model program back to where it needs to be, I think. So
No, that's the white 05.
yeah.
So sitting in the stands, I sit in turn 4 all the time, and the announcers, when you first come out with the white, just a plain white car,
Yeah, no numbers or nothing. Yeah.
nothing on it, and I remember the announcers were talking about it, and if I'm not mistaken, you either won or you almost won, and the announcers were just saying, leave the car the way it is. No stickers, no numbers, no nothing, just let it go.
Yeah. Well, back in 2017, I won a few late model races, and I just had like a pink duct tape number on the car, no sponsors, just kind of
Yeah,
rolling through. So yeah,
you gotta do whatever works, right?
we just went back to that. It was fun.
It was, and the announcers made note of it too,
Yeah, they were
right?
calling it the Phantom car, or the Ghost
Yep.
car, or something.
Yep.
It was kind of neat to hear.
And then you came out with the 05 on it in yellow.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was yellow.
yeah. The
And
tech
then-
guys were giving me a hard time about putting a number on it.
Oh, were
so
they?
I was like, no.
Get the duct tape out and
Yeah,
put some on
just
it.
duct tape it on. And Dean was supposed to do a wrap for me, but didn't get to it. So
So, what motor are you running that?
this year we went back to a bigger engine. We were running a 415 12 degree, maybe 750 horse.
Okay.
I blew up 2 big motors, 800 horse motors in 2018, and since then I pretty much run pump gas motors. Just stop at Canadian Tire, high test fuel, and went to the
That's
track.
the way you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a fan's perspective, and that's what I try to give is from the perspective of the guy sitting in, or the girl sitting in the seat, is some cars are going lightning fast, and some they're still fast, but they're not running with Fields or Hooker or whoever, right? And it's like, well, what's the difference between the two? And it's all in the motor, right? Pretty much.
The engine, shocks. I mean, a new shock package for those cars it'd be 10 grand Canadian, just for a set of shocks. So, I mean, if you want the new latest and greatest, and those guys put tires on every week or two, I think, and I'm still running tires from 2020. So, I try to save because I don't have a lot of money and I don't have a lot of sponsors. So on the modified, we just put all Mac sponsors on the car. Just trying to make it look a little better. And, C-Curve Performance, they help me out a little bit as well, and help him out immensely. So.
Yeah, it's not a cheap sport at all.
No, my buddy Korn said it the best. He's like, most guys race 2 classes over their budget, right? So
Now, just by you saying that name, is he the one that runs the non-wing
no,
sprint
yeah, the non-wing sprint
with the corn on the
with the
wrap on
corn.
the
Yeah,
side?
he was sponsored by the ethanol.
I can't remember the number on his car, but
0.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and usually was the C0
Yeah.
and the RN, right? So it has it right in this number. So
Yeah, I got him on video quite a bit. I like that car. It was-
he's a pretty good guy. I like
Is
Corey.
he?
So he's always been good to me. We try to work together.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, some of these trophies are mine for Rookie of the Year or season championship races, and what else were we into? We highest finishing Buxton guy at one time, and there's just a bunch of stuff we won over the years, or finished second or third in the championship race.
You got trophies in here as well?
Yep.
Where's yours at?
Right.
Oh.
Right up here, we got a couple Quick Time Awards, Sportsman of the Year, couple winner stickers, couple winner ones from Buxton when I ran Buxton. Third place in the championship, that was a couple years ago. And then I got a couple checks on the wall there from winning. That one, we didn't have any stickers on the cart that night. The Blue Clay Bash one. And then that one was pretty nice, because then the next night after that we wrecked the body on the cart because someone spun out in front of me and I rammed right into him. Was this year with that cart right there.
This one?
Yeah.
This one here?
Because we got this cart for that weekend. This cart was pretty fast. And then we got stickers from winning over season.
That's Mr. Simpson's car there.
Yeah, I sponsored him to help him go to the Dome too back in the day when he went.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, and Max gets his big checks up there.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he made fun of me because mine wasn't as big when I won. But. So that's my mod. I raced a mod back in 2018 2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a season there. And well, I raced one race. And I did okay. So this picture here, we're standing on top of the cube van and these guys were in the back. And the girl come to take a picture of us up here. And I said, are you taking a picture of Fat Guy Racing? And that was 2000. And it's been there ever since, right? So we're just, now this guy's gone. This guy's gone. There's a couple young outhouse boys when we first started back in 2000. Jesus. So, yeah, it's kind of cool all along. You know, you get a few pictures here and there.
Somebody took some good ones here.
Yeah, Gerald Martin there, and he's still going. Championship pit crew of the year. So this was my car, and Bart drove for me. He helped me out when we first started. So in 2001, I give him a car to drive and let him give it a whirl. And tried our sports stock and some rookie of the year stuff. And
Have you always been in dirt?
always raced dirt. Never really went anything but dirt. Brother Dan and myself and cousin Jeff, and he won the most checkered flags and was, I think, second in the points and the mini stocks. So and I raced. They had a 2-year and out race, and I had a rough go in thunder stock, sports stock, and so we went into. I bought this car and we painted it up. We threw it out there in late model. We tried that after we run a mini stock there.
You've been 05 for a long time.
Yeah, been 05 for a long time. Had a good time doing it.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. So that one, yeah, and we put the 05 in the 20 years of racing.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and the same year we had on the late model, we had the same wrap except we had the 05, and we had
pictures.
all the pictures of the cars through the years in it. So it was kind of neat. Dean did a good job on that. But I mean, even with this in 2000, Dean cut, like, we had a cartman on the car, and he cut that out by hand, the cartman, back in the day.
Wraps have come a long way.
Yeah, yeah. That time they just stuck the stickers on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's my go-kart up there in the corner, and I don't know if you can get it.
No, I'm good. We're good.
And there's my check from the Thanksgiving throwdown there, 2023, I guess.
A little bit of history in here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. So yeah, this is kind of storage parts. Keep the car. Got a workbench right now. Try to make enough room to keep everything in, and tires and wheels and all the other fun stuff.
Which tires are not cheap anymore.
No, no.
There's the yellow 05.
But I had to take the bumper off so I could get it far enough in so I can put a go-kart behind it, so I can work on the odd streetcar in the front part. So like you kind of gotta put stuff here. I'm good at Tetris, right?
Oh
So
yeah, oh
put
yeah.
stuff there and put stuff here, and springs and shocks and wheels and parts, and yeah. So I built a hub we just throw into the engine stand so Dan can grind tires, and you know, we kind of do it all. We don't get much help from anybody, but we like I said, buying and selling parts, and that works where it works. Yeah, it's kind of neat the way it all goes down in life.
And nowadays, if you don't know how to do something, you YouTube it and it'll
Yeah, YouTube's pretty good at telling you what you
tell
want.
you, right?
Water.
Thanks, sir.
But yeah, we try to do it all. We try to learn. We try to do our own setups. We use Corner Speed to help us Cuvie on there. And
What is Corner Speed?
Corner Speed's a go-kart shop in Windsor or Amherstburg. There, Chris Cuvion and his boy, and
I've heard that name before.
yeah, they're up right on the top with all the go-karts and what needs to be done. So
Okay.
we work with them for Mac, and well, we try to do a lot of it ourselves. I bought a go-kart buyout. I got scales. I got the laser setup tools to do the go-karts, and you know, so we're trying. We're learning because I've never raced go-karts. So when we started, we
Start from zero.
had no idea. We went out there. The cart didn't turn. Used a little bit of late model technology when they first started. We used a little bit of advice from a couple other guys. Jay Fox was instrumental in getting the cart to turn the second night out, and then he won a bunch of races because his cart would turn. So it was pretty good. I told him when he started go-karts, I said, I will try to give you the best I can with what we can afford, and he was okay with that. And I think I've taken a lot of money out of my racing program to put in his racing program. Like I said, he's got a lot of good sponsors, and I tried to help advertise them as well. Last year on the mod. Yeah, that's it.
Well, there was a bunch of cars piled up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you in on that one?
Yeah. And it hurt, but I mean, luckily enough, I had a spare rear end here, and I could get it in the car and buy a few spindles and wreck the shock. And I think once I wrecked the shock, the next shock wasn't matching my shock package. And the car didn't work as well as it should have.
Because some people didn't come back after that one.
No, there's people wiped right out. And
Yeah.
and that's the problem with racing. I mean, like, especially where we're at, you're there and you need that $200, and people are like, well, why are you out there? Well, I need the $200 to get back the next week, or $100 to get back the next week. And one accident and a guy's sitting out the rest of the season, or a blown motor, and guys are broke. And
yeah, how many people got 10, 15, 20, 30 grand to put out put a motor in a car? Not anybody that I know, but.
And when I sold that mod, I went and bought another late model. Now I sold the roller since then, and I still have the engine. So I mean, I'm doing okay for engines now, but
unless you puke one, and now you're down to one.
And you're down to one again. Well, I guess I'd be at two, but that's why I thought I got a good mod motor. It would be nice to get another mod to put it in, but I don't know. We don't really have the pit crew. We don't really have the finances, so I don't know. Unless Mac wants to start working a little harder.
Depends on how much he wants to drive it. If he,
but he's iRacing, right? So I mean, he just gets stuck on the iRacing. So he's sitting in front of the computer a lot, and that takes a lot of time, doesn't it? Because he's like, "Try it out, Dad," and I can't even get the car around the track on that. You know?
Yeah, that's a whole big thing, eh?
Yeah.
I've never done it, but I've seen it on YouTube a little bit, and it's like, I don't know that I want to get invested in that.
No, it takes a lot of time, doesn't it? If you want to run, because then you run your heat race or qualifying, then a heat race, and then your feature, and they got races in between, and
The YouTube will tell you who's watching your videos, and on the dirt racing videos for us, it's mainly out of Saudi Arabia and Vietnam.
oh yeah.
That's the majority of the people watch from.
Well, I mean, you look at what like G-Force has for their Oswego races, and I mean,
Yep.
sometimes they got 30,000 viewers watching them. I mean,
Yeah, and
that's a lot of people watching them, and it's like all over the world. That's a lot of exposure for sponsors and your track and sponsors at the track. So I'm picking this guy, or I'm picking that guy, and I'm picking this girl. I like that car, so I'm going to pick it. And like I said, for someone that's never been to the track, and they're picking people, and they're picking their numbers and their cars on the way they look, and they have no idea who drives or how they drive or whether they finish up front
yeah.
on any given night, and they don't know. It was kind of amusing, and and they're picking driver, and I'm like, you should probably take this guy. So I just trying to help. We're making bets, and it was kind of funny the way the family was sitting in front of us doing that.
But you need more than people to keep coming, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure.
It is. I mean, regardless of what it costs to get in, it is still a cheap night.
Well, you go to the movies, and it costs you a fortune to go, and popcorn is expensive.
Yeah.
Pop, and
Yeah.
I mean, and we raced through COVID, right? So I mean, it was nice to actually get back and race in front of people again.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I finished second on that one night, and they were interviewing, and it's like it's nice to get back, and I thank the fans, and because you're racing without them.
Yeah.
It was kind of
It's like
tough.
playing hockey with nobody in the stands, right?
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
It isn't, and it's because you don't hear them in the car racing, obviously, but I mean, you get out, you see the people, you get the excitement from them, and it builds your own. And now, I mean, I got a bunch of Fat Guy Racing shirts running around. It's kind of cool to see that. People wearing your shirts or supporting you. And
Tate was saying the same thing down there. They were walking through the stands and seeing people wearing their 28 shirts.
yeah.
Right. So he says it's pretty nice to see.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Tate was excited. As I said, I helped him out a bunch trying to get down there the best I could. And
Yeah, they were appreciative, really appreciative.
yeah, they're a good family. I get texts from people. It's like, oh, your number's on the back. This car in Windsor. You got your number or Fat Guy Racing sticker on the back of a car. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, at some point you help somebody somewhere, right? So
yeah, that's right.
that's
And Buxton is like a big family. I mean, they fight and bicker amongst each other, but at the end of the day, most people will help anybody that needed it.
Well, that is going to do it. I want to thank Mike and Mac Lewis for having us out at the Fat Guy Racing Shop. We really appreciate you showing us around. A lot of history in that building. I've been racing out there for a lot of years, and just some awesome people out there. I want to thank them for the t-shirt. They welcomed Nate and I in their shop and showed us around, showed us their trophies. We saw the 05 late model, and we saw a bunch of go-karts. Anyway, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that. And please hit that subscribe button before you go. We are closing in on 6,500 subscribers on this channel. I can't thank you all enough. And if you want to come along for the ride, hit that button and make sure you hit that notification bell too. Then you'll get notified every time we upload. Later.